Hello everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. Today is Valentine's Day, and so today we're going to make what I'm hoping is going to be a strawberry crescent roll heart. And I tried this once before and it didn't quite turn out the way I had envisioned, but I'm going to try this again. So I'm just opening up a can of crescent rolls. And actually this is the sheet, so you can buy the whole thing in a sheet now, but it is quite a bit cheaper to, buy the crescent rolls that tear apart. So I just want to unroll this. I could roll this out on the counter, but I don't want to take a chance on not being able to lift this up, especially since I'm trying to put these seams back together. There we go. So I want to roll it into a rectangle best I can. This is really sticking. I may have had this one in the fridge for a while. I don't think it's expired, but it certainly is sticking. But sometimes I buy these and by the time I get the groceries home, it's not quite as cold, and I think that affects it as well. Okay, so it's about as good as it's going to get. So I also have some strawberry jam here, and I'm going to add a little bit of this to a bowl. Now, I did make sure it was really, really stirred up so that it's going to be easy to spread. In fact, let's get just a little bit more. And right now, I think it looks kind of like a brownish color, so I am going to add a little bit of red food coloring and try not to get it all over myself. And let's see, stir this in. There we go. Much better. So I just want to make sure I got it stirred up really well. And then once I've done that, I am going to take my spatula here, and we're just going to smooth it out onto our crescent roll dough. That smells good. Almost smells like a pastry. And I haven't even baked it yet. I do love strawberry jam though. Everyone else in my house likes grape, but I love strawberry. And I love raspberry, except I don't like the little seeds. Okay. And then we are going to roll this up, starting with the long end. And I'm going to start where I have the chunks of jelly there, because I want to kind of cover those up. I don't want them hanging out over there on the end. And if you need to pick it up and roll it just a little bit, that's fine. And then once we have the whole thing rolled up, okay, I'm going to cut it in half as evenly as I can. And then I'm going to put this seam down, and I'm going to cut right down the center with a really sharp knife, or what I hope is a sharp knife. And then we're going to turn it back up this way, so that we can see kind of the cut marks there. I'm going to stretch it out just a little bit. And then we are going to go end over end. So just like that. And we're going to try to keep the cut pieces up. I'm going to tuck this in. And I'm going to do the same thing up here. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to set this one over here. And then same thing here. Seam goes down on the bottom. And then we're going to cut right through the center. And you do want to make sure your knife is sharp. Again, I'm going to stretch them out just a little bit, make them a little bit longer. And then end over end. And same at the top again. Oop, I kind of got that sticking together, and that's okay. All right, so now we just want to I can't talk today. Form this in the shape of a heart. Just like that. Make sure it comes down to a point. There we go. All right, so I've got the oven set on 350 degrees. I'm going to place this in there, and we're just going to keep an eye on this until it is done. I'm going to guess about 25 minutes or so. It might take a little bit longer because we have the jam in there. All right, so it is fresh out of the oven. My heart is not as pretty as I hoped it would be. So the first time I made one of these, I put entirely too much jelly in it. And this time it's better, but I think I would still go with just a little bit less jelly. I think it would make the braid like a little more defined, but still it's in the shape of a heart. It's still red for Valentine's Day. You can make a little bit of like a glaze for the top if you like. I'm going to grab some milk. I'm actually going to use some almond milk. And I'm just going to do a couple of tablespoons and whisk this together. Ideally, you would want to let this cool off, but I kind of want to give this a try. So I'm not real concerned with whether it melts or not. Eventually the glaze will firm up. So while it's warm, let's get a little bite of this. Just a tiny piece is all I need. And put it on there. Make sure it's done. But you see the braid, how pretty it is in the center? Like I said, I think it would be more defined if we did not put so much jelly in there. But let's give this a try here. It tastes just like a pastry or a Danish. You definitely want to do the glaze. It adds just that little bit of extra sweetness. So this is really good. And you could, like I said, you could sub this out for like a raspberry. And it would be just as pretty for Valentine's Day. So I hope you guys found that really easy. You guys know I love crescent roll recipes. I hope y'all have a wonderful Valentine's Day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.